In this video, I'm going to show you how to lane like an immortal. I'm going over one of my games because it made me mad. I'm going to break it up into two sections, the support section and the offlane section. So let's start with the support. Okay, so the most important thing to be thinking of as a support is about these pull camps right here. You don't want the enemy to pull from here, and you want to be able to pull from here. And that's how you can dominate lane equilibrium. So there's two ways to go about this. You can block the enemy camp at the start of the game, like this guy did. Or if you think you're better at trading than the enemy support, you can just walk up and body block it every time. Next is you want to make sure this camp is not blocked, because if the lane gets stuck right here, you have no way of pulling and getting the lane back in your favor. And this camp is dangerous for the enemy safe lane because you can deny entire waves very fast, or you can force them to fight you right here for the wave. And normally the off lane can win that trade. Okay, so now let's talk about trading. The 4's position in trading is to keep the 5 off the wave so your core can last hit and deny, mess with the carries last hitting. But also you want to do as much damage as possible. And how can you do as much damage as possible? Is you and your core using your spells together. So right here, saw the invoker step up too far, so I immediately go on him. He unfortunately disconnected here, but together that invoker could be at 200 health right now. And then Drow just has the worst lane of her life because now invoker can't trade, and my Grimstroke gets to harass her instead of the supports, and I'm just sitting there free farming because there's no one left to harass me. Because he disconnected, it's business as usual. We still want to look for those favorable trades, but right now we're just last hitting. Okay, so right here, it's now 2 minutes into the lane, and we're thinking about the Lotus. Lotuses are like super huge in the lane because it's just free like regen nuke, and it's really good for trading. And normally you can bait the enemy to diving too deep because you got like 100 more health than they think you have. So what I'm trying to do right here is make sure the wave is in a favorable position at 3 minutes so I can walk more easily into the Lotus than they can. So right here, I'm just looking to trade. So their creep wave is attacking me, and my creep wave is attacking theirs. And at the same time, enemy core is getting harassed, so they're low health. They can't contest the Lotus. So you can see I pull the wave back a bit, so she feels forced to step up to contest these right here, and I see an opportunity to go. So we start diving her. This is why I made the video. It made me so mad. So this is a kill right here. She has a health nuke, but it doesn't matter. I'm happy to suicide for this. We both come back full health, but my wave is pushing in, and we get to take the Lotus. So I just dive under tower, happy to suicide. For some reason, he detonated his ink swell way early, and I ended up just dying. But it's not the worst thing in the world because we're still going to be able to get this Lotus. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty bad. Shouldn't be dying there. So still thinking about the Lotus, wanting the lane to push in. He should be up here with me, not way back. Supports. You should never be way back here, like ever. You want to be around your core. That's unless you're like messing with the pools or you're mid or TPing somewhere else. You want to be standing with your core, trading with him. Because what is he doing here? He gets to click this guy, and this guy clicks him back. And then what happens? Nothing. This invoker isn't bothering anyone, so he doesn't need to really click him. Just like think about that. Move with intention. Don't just like, oh, I gotta click the enemy 4, I gotta click the enemy carry. Have some intention with what you're doing. Does this move forward your progress in the lane? Yes or no? No. What does? Working together to do as much damage as possible. So I just see an opportunity to harass this guy even more. And this just secures the Lotus for us because our lane is right under their tower at 3 minutes. And Drow's at like 100 health. So right now, lane is in a bad position. It's 3 minutes in. This camp should not be blocked. You have to have it unblocked by minute 2. So we don't get to pull. So we just have to play as aggressive as possible with the wave that's already up here. And that's pretty much what we do. I'm going to speed it up a bit so you can see. Is I'm casting spells under tower on the Drow, trying to mess with their last hitting, trying to do as much damage as possible. So because the lane is so far up, this lane just turns to being super passive. He notices the camp's blocked, so he sends out a sentry ward. But what he does here is really good, is because we can't really do much, he's just trying to harass as much as possible, make it uncomfortable for Drow. So he's just there casting spells on her. Like, she's already half health. Very squishy hero. Very good to do that. He unblocks the camp, so at 5 minutes we'll be able to pull when this lane is up. Very good. He's still harassing the enemy carry and trying his best to keep Invoker off me. And then this is where the lane dynamic changes right at 5 minutes, or I guess a little after. It turns into daytime, and now we're no longer a kill lane. So our job is to just secure my farm, and we do this by pulling. So he doesn't pull for some reason. So, we're farming kind of high up. The enemy recognizes this is bad for us. So we do a trade. It was okay, but I forgot enemy had a Zeus. So a bad trade on my part. I should have just been fine with hitting the wave. He was being good, harassing as much as he could. So now when I come back, this lane is in a very good spot because Drow's at 100 health. So around this time, because we can't really do much in this lane anymore, he needs to be looking at helping the other lanes. So now that he has this camp not blocked for me, I can basically just sap XP here if I have to, or free farm, because I can always keep the lane in a favorable position. Right, this game, he has a Storm he can work with. They could easily kill this Zeus together and pressure mid. He could help bottom. Because I do not need him here while the lane's under my tower. So you see, it just turns very passive because his laning partner is basically worthless right now. So he finally goes and makes a move bottom. Ended up being okay because Storm comes over. They get 2 kills, I'm pretty sure. And they can't do that without him here. So that was a good move. I don't need him here. He does not need to be here anymore. So that was the best possible thing he could have done. Is to leave me and go help get kills. Being active on the map, securing everybody else's games. Nothing left for him here. But now at this time, laning phase for support is over. He's looking to pressure towers and get kills around the map. My farm is no longer his job. He's worried about the game now. For the off lane, you're still farming. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the game, and we're going to talk about the off lane role now. Okay, so as the offlaner, what I'm thinking of is how can I secure my farm? It used to be like, you're going to stop the enemy carry from farming, blah, blah, blah. Offlane has just turned into this really greedy role. You're basically the third core. You are farming your brains out unless you think you can make a play somewhere. So something really useful for offlaners is to just pull the creeps back away. You can see I did that there, so I could have the lane a little further away from their tower. You can see the creeps are aggroed onto me after I issue an attack command on the enemy carry. And then notice how I had to right-click the creeps again to keep them following me. Just issuing another attack command will not keep them following you. These would have walked back, but because I attacked... Oh, sorry. You'll see it here. Because I attacked the creep right there, they'll follow me as far as I want to go. And now the lane's in a more favorable place for me to last hit and to pressure Drow for maybe some kills. And to pull the creeps back to you, you don't have to just do that to get the creep aggro on you. If you notice a creep is getting close to last hit range and you don't want to walk up to last hit it because it's dangerous or you'll take damage, you can aggro it towards you and then last hit it. So next time I do it, I'll show an example. So you can see right here, those creeps got low, so I pull them back. So this Drow and Invoker can't click me while I last hit them. And now it's daytime. So an important part of laning is to recognize when you're strong and when you're not. And right now, I'm not. So if Drow is free farming right now, literally not my problem. I'm just trying not to feed, and I'm trying to get my gold for my next power spike, which is when I hit level 6. So I am not worried about like, oh, I can't let Drow last hit. No, that's not a thought in your mind. You are literally securing your farm so you can be impactful when you're strong. So normally your support would have pulled there, or I don't want to say normally. Let's say ideally. Uh, so I'm looking to pull these creeps back onto my range creep. Uh, Drow just happens to step up super far, so it is a good little go for us. I end up going too far and feeding. So you know what? Bad go. Should have farmed. Once I harassed her, I should have went back to farming. I told you, not your problem to mess with their farm at this point in the lane when you are the one at a disadvantage. All right, so now we can talk about what to do as a core when the like traditional laning stage is over and it's just like you and the carry farming the wave. You want to maximize your farm, so you basically just want to keep pulling this camp because it'll deny and it'll help you farm this camp because they're taking it for you, and you just farm their entire wave. So right here they pulled, so I just start um, killing the creeps. I notice I'm not going to be able to pull in time, so I started to kill the camp. So hopefully I can get a fresh one for next time. And I don't, so end up just farming the wave here. I get the Lotus because Lotus very important. So right here you can see I pull these creeps back by clicking on the hero icon up here. You can do that if you issue your like attack or the deny command on these icons. It'll work for any hero that's currently showing on the map. And the reason I did that is because I was suspecting I hadn't seen both of them for a while. There was a chance that they were trying to set something up on me. But my Grimstroke ends up coming over, and remember how I said play to your strengths? I hit my level 6, and my phase boots are just getting arrived, so I am like really strong right now. And Grimstroke recognizes this, so we come to get some free kills with my ult. And you'll see that here in a sec. Notice how I'm doing a ridiculous amount of damage, and there's literally nothing they can do because I'm so fast and I have unobstructed vision. And then I just go right back to farming. So I go back to heal because it's daytime. Again, I'm really weak. I buy a raindrop for the Zeus ult, just in case that happens again, because that actually could have been bad for me if he had it. So I just walked back to lane. It's under my tower. I notice I have a siege creep, so I'm really not trying to like pull. I want to push this in under their tower and see if there's any damage done, or that I can get done. And sometimes you don't want to do this because again you want to secure your farm. But when there's nobody up here, they're like clearly pressuring my anti-mage. I need to apply pressure on the map, and I don't feel comfortable fighting right now without my ult, so I just push this in. And you always want to look at the map and make sure if it's a good go for you or not. Yeah, I get a big wave under the tower. I know she's alone because they just skirmish bottom, so I start pressuring her, and I know they're going to send people to TP, but my team is coming, so I'm okay with this dive. And then once I see the Slardar, I just have to back out. Okay, now let's just say, what if I was like losing and I was seriously underfarmed? Because right now you're just seeing me winning and I'm playing super aggressive. What would I do? I would try and farm here any chance I could get. I honestly would not step past this point, and I could only farm here by pulling those camps. And then once I farm that wave, I would go back here and I would farm these. And I would just cycle through that and then those two camps. Because you're really safe farming back here. And it's better to farm these than nothing at all. But because I'm winning, we get to be aggressive. I popped my ult here because I thought there were maybe more heroes in the shadows. I had no idea why she would still be here. We get to take this tower. And then now laning phase is basically over. So I'm just like, with that tower dead, I get to farm even more of the map. But yeah, that's how to lane as an offlane. Both support and the offlaner core. Hopefully you learned something.